Hi guys, Clicker Heroes 2 beta is out and let's go over some of the key mechanics in the game. So the order in the game is that there is a world, then there are zones, and in the zones there are monsters. So for example, I'm currently in the world 12, and each of the worlds are increasingly more difficult, and the monsters have more health, and there is also difference in the equipment cost. As you can see, I already killed 49 monsters, and this white bar is advancing every time I'm killing a monster within given zone. So I just advanced to the zone 2, and as you can see, I'm progressing with each monster kill. Pressing space will stop the auto attacks, and if I want to continue auto attacking, I can press just space again. The character can be enhanced by purchasing items, and I currently only have one option, but as you purchase more and more items, you get more choices, up to 4. So let's just purchase some. And there is energy and mana as a resources. You gain 1 energy every time you auto attack. So like let's use 25 energy, and you can see that I have 27, 28 every time I auto attack. And you can also spend energy by clicking. Clicking will automatically teleports you to the nearest minion, so you like save time doing that. It doesn't work on the bosses, so for the bosses you'll still have to wait quite a bit. You can use keyboard shortcuts to use the abilities, and so yeah, now we are at the 4 items choices. It's meaningful at the beginning, but as the game progresses, you'll notice that the item choice is not that important, and you will often leave the choice for purchasing the item to your luck. So you will not be choosing your items at all. It will be automated. The automator is a tool that allows you to play the game for you. So I just enabled it with this green turn on button. And as you can see, it's playing the game for me. I'll turn it off for now. And I had the setup to automatically purchase an item whenever monster's health is greater than 50%, which means it will trigger like 50 times per zone. And I automatically purchased a bunch of items because of this automator being enabled. And the build that I'm using, it's a little bit bugged at the moment. So you can see that multi-click. I've leveled keystones that are increasing number of hits on this skill, and I went up to 1,600. So that's quite a lot. So like you can imagine that 50 would be enough to progress 1 zone, and like 100 should advance 2 zones, 500 10 zones. So I should advance more than 30 zones by one button press. And it's not working like that. As you can see, currently I'm not killing monsters with one hit. So to fix that, I can purchase a bunch of items. And as I purchase them, my DPS goes up again. So now if I press 2, you can see on the white progress bar that I advanced exactly by one zone. There is a cap that the multi-click will only kill up to 50 monsters. Currently, it probably will be removed in the future, and maybe this build will work better once the cap is removed. So then on one button press I will advance 1/3 of the world. That's huge. And so there was one more interesting thing that you was able to see. Let's advance a little bit. Okay, so now you can see that whenever I'm not killing the monster in one hit, I'm getting quite a lot of energy back. And that's how the build works. I'm spending huge chunks of energy, like 25 per ability use. But once I advance further to the world, monsters starts getting more HP, and I'm easily able to regain all that energy back. So once I get the energy back, I can upgrade my items so that I'm one-shotting every monster again, and then I can use the ability again to speed up the progression. There are some timed zones like this one. I will only have 3 minutes to complete it. If I fail to kill all the monsters inside that zone, then I'll restart at the beginning of that zone. And going through the zone will give me enough gold to upgrade my items, so that hopefully on the second attempt we will be able to complete that zone. And there are mini bosses at level 25, 50, 75, and there is a huge boss at the end. So I haven't yet touched on the mana, so maybe let's go over that. So I can use abilities like Energize or Power Surge, and they cost mana. Mana increases slowly over time, and it's more difficult to regain. There is one keystone, so let's go over to the skill tree. I think I had one ability that allowed me to regain mana once I critically hit, yeah, like this one. It doesn't trigger that often, but it's one way I noticed we can speed up the mana regeneration thing. And I'll go over some of the key keystones I was able to unlock for this build. So we start in the middle, and I went right initially so that I can gain the flurry. It will increase the number of clicks in multi-click. Multi-click is the primary skill I use, and the increase is scaled by the haste I have. And there were a bunch of other multi-click keystones, like This passive ability will add 9 additional clicks and increase the cost by 3. There are smaller ones that give 3 multi-clicks and increase the cost by 1. So I have a bunch of those, and I've been grabbing his multipliers whenever I was able to. So on a high level, we covered this section on the right bottom, and then I noticed that it sucks to run out of energy. Sometimes I run out of energy and the monster's health does not increase quick enough so that I can regain it with auto attacks. And to mitigate that problem, I went left and top, and there are a bunch of these ET keystones that I can grab to increase my maximum energy. And I think with those the build works quite well. I'm sure it can be optimized. I've been testing some automator setups, and I haven't yet found out the best solution, but yeah, I'm happy with what I was able to achieve. There is a limit on the number of levels you can achieve currently. I'm at 199 and there is a wall at 200, and as you can see, the game is not behaving responsively with the automator turned on, but there are some ways to improve the speed for rendering. You can go to the options. Sorry, I had to pick up the phone. So as I was saying, you can go to options, and then in the graphics there is a option to disable skill effects, and there is also reduced render quality which you can enable. And at least I noticed that the skill effect option helps quite a bit with the problem that occurs whenever you kill monsters too fast. There is also one more problem. Let me show you what the problem is. There is one option to have the lock camera to character, and then there is option to have this floating camera. And let me demonstrate the problem first. So you can see that the world ended and it bounces to try to catch up with Sid, the main character. But you can fix the problem by just enabling the option to lock camera to character, and now it looks much better. As you noticed, there is this flying shop that just approached us, and it allows us to purchase upgrades for this particular world run. And I'm not gonna buy anything yet, or maybe let's just go with haste for the demonstration purposes. There are some upgrades that are permanent for the world. Like if I purchased it at zone 20, it would benefit me the most, as I would have the upgrade for the whole world. In the late stage of the game, you're completing worlds so fast that it's not even worth the time to look at the flying shop upgrades, as you can just purchase the items and level up the items to increase your DPS and kill monsters with one hit. So currently you can see that all my item levels are set to 1, but if I press Q, they all get leveled up. If I press Z, I will level them up so much so that they will hit the breakpoint. So let me first show you what I mean by hitting the breakpoint. So I leveled up to level 9, and now on the transition from level 9 to 10, the DPS of the item will get multiplier. So it's by 2 on level 50, it will be by 10, or sometimes 15. So yeah, this multiplier is the main DPS increase, and if I press Z, I'm ensuring that I always level by 10, which is the only meaningful level amount. So now if I press Q, I go to, for example, here from 40 to 50, I will get the multiplier by 10. And as you can see, I'm again killing monster with one hit. So if I press my second ability, I will advance the whole zone. And there's one trick that you can use for this item level up thing. So again, let's go to the options, and I've set my keybinds to have the level weapon slot, helm slot, everything is set to Q. And now if I press Q, I'm just leveling up everything at once. And I also customized the by catalog item for the E, and then W is the click shortcut. So I can press Q, W, E. They are close to each other on the keyboard, and that's how I can spam key presses for fast gameplay. And anything else? There is no Steam integration, so I had to manually copy file saves or save files to my PC from my laptop, and yeah, I think we went over everything. So let's just go to the boss fight and see how the end of the zone looks like. So I'm now pressing W a few times, and in the later stages of the zone, the monster HP will grow enough for the automator to not instantly advance too much. So let's just play a little bit with the automator. Let's turn it off right about now. So as you can see, I can press W and or click, it doesn't do anything. On the bosses, you just have to wait for your main character to approach the boss, and unfortunately I had too much DPS to show you how the fight looks like, but yeah, that's how you can farm your worlds with clear speed builds. The developers are working on a guilding mechanic which will be added to the game, and it will allow you to reset your character progress, and once you hit like level 200, it will allow you to exchange those levels for permanent DPS buff. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to test that. And I hope you have a great time playing Clicker Heroes 1 or 2, and I'll see you in the next video.